This is kind of the mainstay here. Stuff like Keranos, God of Storms. He's got Painful Truths, Pian Kiran Alar, Tassiger, Terminate, Thoughtseize. So more of a black splash in the board and some more controlling options over there as well. I am curious if he does move away from the combo in this matchup. Do you think that's a viable option?
I would think if he knew how little Logan has to interact with him, that he would leave the combo in.
Yeah? Just don't think that well, let's see, 2 pass, 2 abrupt decays. Linvala might come in.
Mm-hmm. That's not a whole lot.
Yeah, that's not a ton. That's a good point. I'm a pretty big fan of the way that Logan has built this deck. Personally, his deck is very redundant.
Yes.
4 Eternal Witnesses allows him to continuously cast Court of Calling, cast Collective Company. It's not hard for him to assemble the combo, though Infinite Life does not do very much in this matchup.
Nope.
Infinite Damage always does something. So he'll be able to go that direction if he'd like to, as he sits patiently here and waiting for Andrew Tenjum. So we'll learn a little bit more about these two players. Logan Mize is where we will start. The Orlando, Florida native, who we've seen at both of our Players' Championships, and apparently he wants to go back again because Orlando's not particularly close to Cincinnati.
Not that close.
I didn't know if you're a geography guy.
15, 20-minute drive.
Yeah, it's tough, but one invitational top 8 back in 2014 of Season 2, 8 Open Series top 8s. Now, you want to challenge any of these facts here? A psychology student at University of South Florida.
I'm going to have to see a degree.
He's golf, bowling, and baseball, fetus competitive drive, and has a near and encyclopedic knowledge of his favorite animal, the penguin.
I'm reluctant to challenge him on the last one.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, we were preparing to interview Logan at Open Series Chicago last year. He lost in the finals, unfortunately for him, in a very good matchup. And Nick Miller had the Penguin questions ready to go. We never got to ask them.
Oh, it didn't happen?
It did not happen. So at some point, we're going to have to fire away at his Penguin knowledge. It's a little... That's a bold thing to say.
Sure. That
you have a deep knowledge of a penguin. I know nothing about penguins. I know that they look like they're cute and fluffy. And I have no idea if they're even fluffy at all.
I have no idea.
So I think that would be my first question. Are penguins cute and fluffy?
They're from the South Pole?
I don't even know if that's true.
That's about all I know.
I think that's true. I think they hang out there.
Oh, yeah. It's a penguin party.
And Viscera Seer here for Logan.
They dress up in their nicest tuxedos.
That's good.
Head down there.
Kind of
look sharp among their friends.
Do they waddle? Is that what they do? They kind of like waddle around? I'm like doing a penguin like dance right now in the booth. I don't know why.
I think they're dancing.
Okay. I'd hang out at a penguin party. It's probably a lot of fun.
Probably.
Godless Shrine there for Logan is a land he did search up. For Tenjum, just a couple of lands as he does just pass the turn here with Counterspell mana available. The Seer is going to come across for 1. Tenjum going to fall down to 19. Andrew currently number 4 on our Season 1 leaderboard. There's a Gavany Township, now here's a Spellskite for Logan. See if this will resolve. Keep in mind, Logan does have 3 copies of Spellskite in his main deck this weekend.
That's a lot.
So I'd say that, I don't want to say he's geared towards beating Twin, but I think that he has built his deck in such a fashion that he feels like he needs to address Twin.
Sure, and with the cards like Collective Company and Court of Calling, it's probably better to have a creature answer to Twin than it is an instant answer.
Polluted Delta here from Tenjum. That'll be land number 3. He'll sacrifice that, go down to 18. There's a Steam Vents. 16 it is.
We just briefly saw that abrupt decay in Logan Mize's hand there.
I suppose the question right now is, does he have green mana? Every time you see someone play Gavany Township as land number 2, makes you believe that they might not have land number 3.
Yes.
Serum Vision's here for Andrew. He'll draw a card, now scry 2. Given that these two players have already played 2 games, you have to imagine that both games went relatively long.
Yep.
You know, if you're Tenjum, you've probably got an idea of what Logan's bringing to the table, especially if you're familiar with Logan, who always plays his Avzon Company deck. You know, do you think that there's a game plan that you can establish in the matchup?
Well,
are you looking to go long?
Certainly what he's doing here, the discard spell is going to tell him exactly what he's going to need to do to win this game.
So you see the hand here of Collective Company, Path to Exile, Abrupt Decay, Voice of Resurgence, Linvala, Spellskite. That's a lot of hate against a Twin deck.
A lot of hate, no land.
That's true, and certainly no green mana at this stage as well. We might see Logan sacrifice Viscera Seer at some point to try to find some green mana. That said, you know, it's interesting to see if Andrew can try to go long or not. I don't think trying to shorten the game with the combo is in his best interest, given the hand that we've just seen.
Well, it really depends. If he has the combo, he can tap down the white source on Logan's upkeep with one of the creatures.
Okay.
Even if Logan draws the green source, he can't Abrupt Decay because his white source is already tapped. Then Andrew's pretty free to untap, play Splinter Twin, and win the game.
He's going to have to make it through a Spellskite now.
Certainly.
Logan did not find a land, and now we're going to head back Tenjum's way. He also didn't sacrifice the Viscera Seer just yet. Feels as though it's not that important for him to find green mana. An island here for Tenjum. And as this game does play out, we'll have an idea of if he did leave in the combo or not. For now, he'll play a Tasker. And he'll just simply pass the turn back. So we'll go back Mize's way.
And Tasker's particularly good here.
Yeah.
It doesn't fall victim to any of the cards in Logan's hand. And it'll generate card advantage. It can attack, it can block.
So here's a question. Logan did pick up a copy of Verdant Catacombs. Would you have used the Viscera Seer maybe a little bit earlier? At no point did it really feel like he was panicking and rushing to try to find a green source.
Without any pressure coming from the other side, I think he has the time to wait and just naturally draw the card.
Okay. Well, he did. He's going to fall down to 16. We'll see what land he wants to search up here. Could go basic forest. Overgrown Tomb, Temple Garden. A lot of options here for Logan. Looks like he's going to go the basic forest route.
Preserve his life total a little bit here.
Yeah, Tasker being a 4-power creature, that might matter now, or maybe it didn't before.
Well, and it's possible that the second game that we didn't see, maybe Andrew did side out the combo.
Sure.
And it was a longer, grindier game, and he knows that the life total is important against a bunch of lightning bolts and things like that.
Voice of Resurgence is going to be hit by a Spellskite. And now we're going to go over to Tenjum. Tenjum will draw. He'll start with a Serum Visions. Pick up a card, scry 2. See what Andrew wants to do with these cards. About 12 minutes left to play in this match.
Plenty of time.
Yeah. Scalding Tarn, here's an attack with Tasker. That 4th land important because now Tasker can start going active. Well, Logan might actually be thinking block here.
Well, we see he does have another Viscera Seer in his hand.
Yeah, that, Linvala, Abrupt Decay, Eclectic Company. I think actually finding a 4th land is pretty important for him now.
It is getting more and more important, for sure. Especially the Collected Company, he can do it in response if his opponent ever taps out to Tasker.
Yeah. There's a Seer, block, and sacrifice. Top card becomes the bottom card. And now we go over to Mize. He'll draw. Didn't get a great look. But does not appear to be land number 4. Now it starts becoming a little bit difficult for Logan, I think. He'll go towards a Viscera Seer. And that'll be it for his turn, it appears. Tenjum only tapping 3. Kolaghan's command. We'll get confirmation on the modes here, as Kolaghan command can be a little bit tricky.
It's likely destroy an artifact, discard a card.
Yeah, you think so? It will be destroy discard. And this is in response to Viscera Seer, so that Logan cannot use it to scry.
Lots of card advantage here.
Yep. I think with just how each deck is built, we're going to work our way into a long game.
Sure.
Not sure who that favors, because I think both decks do a great job of playing a long game. But I think right now Andrew's getting the better of it.
Definitely. You know, he has the lands to do what he wants. He can efficiently use all of his resources, and Logan's more pressed to desperately use his resources.
a Blood Crypt here from Tenjum. And he'll be untapping those 5 lands on Tassiger in just a moment. You saw Logan discard Linvala to the Kolaghan's command. His draw for his turn was an Eternal Witness, which he unfortunately cannot cast just yet. So we head back over to Tenjum. He'll draw. Don't have a great look at the grip for him. He's hiding it from all of us.
Very cagey.
Here comes Tasker. We're going to see the same play here, a block of Viscera and Scry. Logan actually thinking about this one. And that's going to stay on top. Desolate Lighthouse is the land. And now over to Mize. Horizon Canopy is what he's drawn.
Doesn't want to give anything away, so he shuffled his hand a little bit there.
And now he plays the land.
Yeah.
Unclear if that was his draw step.
Sure. No free information for the opponent.
Indeed. And they'll pass the turn back. Tenjum will activate his Tassiger. Looks like Logan will respond to this. Take 1, and we'll see a Collected Company. The question now is, will it resolve? Oh, that answers that. Here's a remand. Tenjum will draw from remand. That'll resolve. And now Terminate and Splinter Twin added. So if there's any question about if he still has Splinter Twin in the deck, that question is answered.
And he's done a great job of working Logan's hand down to where he can almost Splinter Twin as soon as he has the combo.
Yeah, at this point, you mentioned just the kind of the mana issues that Logan's having right now. It's going to give Tenjum back a Spell Snare, as that one's not doing very much at this stage. But Logan's got to find an answer to Tassiger. That's the biggest problem at this point. There's an attack for 4. Watery Grave, going to enter the battlefield. Tap. Tenjum will just pass the turn back over to Mize. Mize will take a draw step. We know he's got Collected Company in hand. Picked up a copy of Anafenzic. And we might just see Logan go towards Collected Company. Again, curious how many cards Tenjum has in hand. Looks to be 4, one of which is a Spell Snare. Tenjum will activate Tasker again. Logan will try Collected Company again. This time it will resolve. Spellskite among the cards, also Kitchen Finks.
That's okay. Not great.
I think okay hits there.
Yeah.
Happy enough. Negating Kolaghan's command of the cards that turned over to Tassiger.
Well, and I think Andrew's fairly happy with seeing those 2 cards be flipped over too.
You think so?
It's not a lot of pressure on him. It wasn't two goifs or something.
Sure. Splinter Twin added to the grip now, as that one's becoming fairly irrelevant at this point, thanks to the Spellskite. Tenjum will draw. Tenjum does have this weird thing going on where he's going to get some poor cards back from Tasker, but then he can kind of loot them away with Lighthouse.
Yep.
If we ever get to that stage. Tasker going to come into the red zone. Looks like Finks is going to be on blocking duty. It'll get a counter. And Logan will gain 2, go up to 14. So undoing some of the work that Tasker has done here. Tenjum just going to pass the turn back. One thing you always notice about Logan when he plays, pretty calm.
Yeah, very in control.
Yeah.
No panic there.
He's certainly behind in this game. He's looking for ways to catch back up, as Tenjum is continuously creating card advantage with Tassiger. Here's Eternal Witness. There's a basic island. And it feels as though maybe Logan's trying to work his way towards some of the combo nature of his deck. Eternal Witness can either get back a land, a path, maybe Viscera here.
Yeah, I would be surprised if it's not Path. But if Andrew can find another counterspell here, or, another remand, something like that, each of those almost better than a time walk at this point in the game.
This is true. Deceiver Exarch among the cards that were turned over there.
Once again, this is a final call to register for the sealed challenge.
Looks like he might be thinking terminate here. It's a hard decision.
Yeah, it's real tough to give him any of these cards. Logan doesn't want to give him any more threats. He doesn't want to give him any more counter spells. But the terminate is almost as good. So Logan's definitely looking to make this game as long as possible. Giving him back the terminate, he understands he's going to lose his best creature at some point, but he figures he can replace it easier than Andrew can deal with other threats.
Oh, there's the terminate right now. That'll take care of Spellskite. Now here's Lightning Bolt. That'll take care of Kitchen Finks. And we'll see the path now take care of Tasker. Okay, so an exchange of resources there from both players. Tenjum going to very quickly get him out, and you see him picking up the pace of play just a little bit here because they are underneath 4 minutes now.
Yep, 12 minutes seemed like a lot.
It did.
4 minutes does not.
That's true, yeah. This thing has sped up quite a bit. Tenjum will draw. Now remember, he does have a copy of Splinter Twin in hand. Don't know if he has the combo or not. And he's tapping 4 mana to Lighthouse very quickly here. Going to discard Sulphur Falls. And now here's a Thoughtseize. Eternal Witness, Anafenza, and Abrupt Decay. Information always nice to have. There goes the Witness. Tenjum will just pass the turn back. We head over to Logan Mize. Horizon Canopy the draw. Almost time to attack. There's an attack.
Yeah, and this is an interesting position because Andrew had so much card advantage throughout this game. He drew so many more cards. He looked at so many more cards. But it still seems like Logan is in a fine spot. As long as Andrew doesn't find the combo piece to just win the game, it looks like Logan's kind of in the driver's seat right now.
In a weird way, it feels like Logan's doing okay. Serum Visions is going to draw a card, put a card on top and bottom.
Although, you know, with the Lighthouse, with the cards in his hand, Andrew still has plenty of opportunity to look for more cards, for more pieces.
He's activating the Lighthouse right away to pick up a copy of Serum Visions.
And we see him just churning through his deck here.
Now he'll draw. The Lightning Bolt to the top, Sulphur Falls to the bottom. Got to see quite a few cards this turn. And he'll just pass the turn back. Gavity Township activation. Eternal Witness all run up. Path to Exile the draw. Here's an attack for 3. Tenjum going to fall down to 6.
All grown up. It takes a town to raise a Witness?
It does.
All right.
It does. I was a little surprised to not see Logan deploy the Anafenza that turn. I guess a little. He does want to leave up those removal spells. Here comes Lightning Bolt. That'll take care of Eternal Witness. Well, Mize to play another threat here. I think he almost has to. He's going to take a point of damage. Got to go to Eternal Witness again. See, life totals here 10-6 as we're underneath a minute. He wants Collected Company back. Tenjum.
Reaching for something.
Yeah, he's got a Snapcaster Mage. Which can get back Kolaghan's Command. We can do this Song and Dance. Kolaghan's Command is going to attempt to return Deceiver Exarch, and I think we'll see a discard here as well. So there goes Anafenza. Exarch comes back. Now Exarch's going to go after a Mana Source. There's Abrupt Decay. And now Tenjum going to quickly untap and take a draw step here.
Yep, Andrew's getting so close, but so far away.
Yeah, it's definitely a close one at this stage now, as now we are in extra turns. We'll get confirmation on whose turn is who. I believe Tenjum will be turn 0, and he is turn 0. So Mize will have turns 1, 3, and 5. Tenjum turns 0, 2, and 4.
And this has to be a situation that, despite his low life total, really favors Andrew.
Yeah, in the turn cycle area?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, just the fact that he can generate infinite damage for a win,
Yeah.
as opposed to having to try to attack several times.
We might see Splinter Twin on Snapcaster Mage here. Yeah, new plan. Gonna activate. There's a Snapcaster Mage token. Get a Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt there. Attack here. Put Mize down to 7. And now pass the turn back. It's turn 1. Mize will draw. Picked up a copy of Spellskite.
Lightning Bolt should be RFG.
There's Path right now.
We'll see if Andrew's able to keep his Snapcaster Mage around.
Yeah, this is, I think, a pretty important tool for him right now for what he's trying to set up. Another Snapcaster Mage. That's going to target.
I believe there's a negate in the graveyard.
Yep, that's exactly what he's going to hit. What this means, however, he knows Logan has Collected Company.
Yes.
It'll cost Logan 2 life to cast it, so he's going to fall down to 5. And now we'll see what he can find. The Voice of Resurgence, Kitchen Finks, 2 Quarter Callings. Going to gain 2 life, go up to 7.
That's actually really good hits for him. Andrew's got that Terminate in the graveyard, but both of the creatures that Logan hit generate more creatures.
Tenjum will draw. Turn number 2. Important match between the two. There's Terminate. A voice token on the way. Snappy's going to come over, maybe.
Yeah, Snapcaster Mage, kind of hoping to trade here. I believe Andrew still has another Kolaghan's Command in his graveyard.
Okay.
And he's going to have a big loop, you know, getting back that Snapcaster Mage with the Kolaghan's Command, using the Snapcaster Mage to cast another spell.
He has a load of mana.
Yep.
Logan going to block with Kitchen Finks, it appears. Persist will gain Logan 2 life. He's going to go up to 9. So now the Finks is a 2-1. The Voice Elemental token is a 2-2. Now Tenjum thinking about using the Snapcaster Mage that has been Splinter Twinned to make a copy of Snapcaster Mage and flash something back. Though quite unsure of himself at this stage.
And with the way that Snapcaster Mage works, giving the spell flashback until the end of the turn, he probably should have made the token pre-combat.
Sure, just as an attacker.
Attacked with it, and then later in the turn, he can still cast the Kolaghan's Command.
Okay.
Logan would have been very reluctant to take a whole lot of damage there, fearing a potential lightning bolt.
That makes sense. Here's Kolaghan's Command. It'll be discard, return, Deceiver Exarch.
That's interesting.
Logan empty-handed now. Pass the turn back, turn 3. It's the upkeep.
Gonna go after that black source.
It seems like a good choice. Looks like he's gonna actually go after the elemental token. I'm a little surprised not to see the black source get tapped down. Might as well draw. Keep in mind, the token there from the Snapcaster Mage, he did it after clearing end step triggers, so it'll leave on this next end step.
Yep, on
It's
Logan's
just,
end step.
Yeah, simply there as a blocker right now. And now we go back to Tenjum as it's turn number 4. Does he have a Splinter Twin? Can he find a Splinter Twin? How about an Inquisition? If he does have a Splinter Twin in hand, I think he's done a nice job of setting all of this up.
Yeah, just a slow grind, using all of his resources. And we're about to find out if it's a big payoff.
Yeah, it's his last turn of the game. The only thing we don't know right now is what's in either player's hand. Logan taking a look at the graveyard here. He has a copy of Court of Calling. That's gone. There's a copy of Splinter Twin.
And Logan has some redraws here with his lands.
Mm-hmm. He'll start by using Gavany Township to crack one of these. He'll crack the other one.
Path to Exile?
Doesn't have it.
All right.
Andrew Tenjum going to win this match here over Logan Mize, 2-1. The last turn of the game was just enough for Andrew Tenjum to get the job done. Grixis Twin takes care of Obzon Company. And for number 4 on our Season 1 leaderboard, he moves on to 9-1.